Good afternoon. Well, what an exciting day it is here today as we celebrate our 4 amazing Souci Build U graduates. As I look around the room today, I am just amazed to see so many supporters here to celebrate with us today. I see so many friends and new friends here that have made today possible in some way, shape, or form. As I look around, I see donors and shoppers and those who have supported the program financially, representatives from businesses that have sponsored and supported the program, representative from our social service partners. I see those who have led workshops and sessions and hosted our graduates at job shadows or externships. I see our employees and our board members. So no matter how you support Souci and our graduates, please know how deeply appreciative we are that you're here today, and how excited we are to have you with us. This day would not be possible without each and every one of you. For those that don't know me, my name is Courtney Faust, and I have had the privilege of serving as the Community Outreach Coordinator for Souci for the past 8 years. I always say this, but it's because it's true. I have the best job in the whole world because it's my job to make sure people know about the great work that is happening at Souci, which is what I'm here to do today, to inform you about the great work that is happening at Souci, especially with what has happened in our Souci Build U program. I've had the privilege of hearing all about what our graduates have been learning this past year. But since most of us were not able to be there with them for it all, I wanted to just take the next few minutes to share some photos with you and tell you a little bit about what our graduates have been learning about. At the same time, I will be using this as an opportunity to remind our graduates of their journey so that they can reflect and remember just how far they've come. So to our graduates, your Souci Build U journey began on August 27th, 2024. You started this day with an orientation and an overview of what the next year would entail. I think some of you were thinking at that time, what did I just get myself signed up for? But then we gave you candy and a cool shirt, and we took you to lunch, and that kind of put you at ease. And then Coach Rick spent some time with us, and he just always makes us feel better and happier when he's around. You participated in an activity led by our wonderful James Boldman, where you had to work together to save the serum that would save the world, which ended up being kind of tricky, but that's okay, because we learned that in life, sometimes we fall down, we get twisted and tangled up, but we learned that if you just give yourself grace and keep trying, you can change and save the world. Immediately after, you began your first workshop, which is a 6-week course that is designed to explore a wide range of topics within one subject area. Your first session was finance. And I know that you were all kind of nervous about this workshop since it was the first one and it's all about numbers and money. But thanks to our friends, we have Lindsay Kendrick from Central Credit Union and Morgan Wiseman from First Financial Bank. You were all able to learn so much about various topics in finance, such as budgeting, different types of accounts, how to avoid scams, credit scores, retirement planning, and a lot more. In September, you had your first session. A session is a one-time training on a specific topic. So in September, we had a session on growth mindset. In this session, we learned that things like light bulbs, air conditioning, Disney, clean hospitals, and most importantly, pumpkin spice lattes, would not exist without growth mindset. We made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I made you very nervous because I was watching you very closely, and you weren't sure why I was watching you so closely as you were making your sandwich. But if you were there, we learned that no matter if you were using creamy or crunchy peanut butter, whether you used a knife or a spoon to spread the peanut butter, no matter if you used strawberry or grape jelly, we learned that at the end of everything, you made a peanut butter sandwich. We learned through that activity that even the simplest things can be done 100 different ways, and that there's no one right path. Everyone tries, everyone learns, and that is what growth mindset is all about. You probably didn't even realize it that day, but just by being in that room, you'd already had growth mindset. You signed up for this program because you believed that you could do more, be more, and create a better future. In October, you participated in another inspiring session with our friend Nick Cable. During this time, you explored the concept of personal growth, what it means, why it matters, and how it shows up in your own life. Nick guided you through meaningful reflections and conversations that helped you connect your personal values to your everyday actions. And although each of you shared different takeaways by the end of the session, there were some powerful common themes that emerged, like the desire to serve others, the importance of family, and the commitment to being the best version of yourself. It was a moment to pause, look inward, and recognize that growth is not only possible, but it's also deeply personal and rooted in what matters most to you. You then moved to the communications workshop, and our friend James Boldman joined us once again to teach this workshop. Throughout these 6 weeks, you learned everything from why we communicate to the importance of listening and nonverbal communication. One of the highlights of that class was a game of telephone with a twist, which was acting out the prompts instead of speaking them. Things got a little bit ridiculous, but in the best way. But it was the perfect reminder that no matter how clear we think we're being, what gets received on the other end can be something totally different. In this workshop, you did lots of other activities, you had to work together, and most importantly, you learned together. All throughout this year, you have been diving into the career exploration workshop. This workshop was all about opening doors, literally. Instead of being in a classroom, we spent this workshop out in the real world, touring different workplaces, meeting professionals, and getting a behind-the-scenes look at jobs we might not have known existed. It wasn't just about what kind of work out there that there is, it was about what kind of work fits you. Walking through different companies helped us picture what a day in that life could really look like. You got to ask questions, see people in action, and imagine yourself in roles that you might not have considered before. Each stop along the way gave you something to think about, what you value in a workplace, what kind of environment you thrive in, and how your strengths could align with different career paths. Without taking a break, you moved right into the professional development workshop. This was the part where it kind of started to feel real and that graduation was in sight. Our instructor and friend Nick Hogan walked us through a crash course in building a career, and I think we all walked out with a little more confidence and a much better resume. From career assessments to honest conversations about what kind of work would actually fit, this workshop helped you think differently about where you were heading, or where you've been and where you were heading. You covered it all. We did resumes and cover letters, how to stand out in a job search, and what to say when someone asks you, "So what do you do?" We got into networking, professional communication, and even looked at LinkedIn. Then you circled back to revisit those resumes, did some practice interviews, and took turns delivering your pitches like a pro. And last but certainly not least, you finished your journey by going through the personal development workshop with our amazing instructor, Kyle Hendricks. This workshop was a deep dive, not into a career, but into you. It was a chance to slow down and ask the bigger questions. What are my strengths? Where do I want to grow? What motivates me? What gets in my way? You took personality assessments, you had homework, and Kyle checked in each week to make sure you were doing that. And you practiced delivering constructive feedback and set goals for your future. Your future has now arrived. You've all been participating in externships, whether it was going to one of the local fire stations, taking leadership classes, college classes, or continuing to explore future career options. It has been a complete honor to have witnessed each of your journeys, and I hope you know how proud we are of you. I want you to take a moment and look around the room. Everyone that is here today is here to celebrate you. Everyone in this room believes in you, they've invested in you, and will support you in your bright futures. In a moment, I'm going to step away and we're going to show you a video where you share your experiences with SSBU. But I want to conclude by sharing a quote with you that you'll also find in your SSBU yearbooks. And it is a quote that is simple, but I really do think it sums up this entire year. It's a quote by Orrin Hatch, and it simply says, "Graduation is not the end, it's the beginning." So congratulations to you on not just your graduation, but on the beginning of your futures. Thank you.
I wanted to join Souci Build You because the employees here I consider my friends, and when they were finished they succeeded, and when Cheryl asked me, it was a no-brainer. Some of the challenges I've had is being a secluded person, and it's helped me break out of my own skin, even if I didn't want to at first. There's a very specific moment that I realized I was making progress. was at a restaurant with a friend, and there was an older gentleman with his grandchildren. And the grandchild was crying. He was upset because he didn't get what he wanted, and the grandfather was getting very upset with him verbally, very loud. And the old me would have went straight to red and probably would have said something. But teacher James taught us how to recognize our emotions and control them. And I recognized at the time that I was upset, not angry. And I just happened to catch a glimpse eye to eye with the man, and instead of anger, I had concern. And he noticed that and kind of calmed down. And at that moment, I realized that Souci Bellevue was building me. If someone came to me and asked me if they should go to SSBU, I would say go for it. It will make you see things in a different way. It'll make you a better person, and it's only a few hours a week. It changed me, and it changed my friends that were in the past SSBU, so it's kind of a no-brainer, so go for it. I'm most excited to use the tools that's been given to me. I feel like I'm a new me, and I can't wait to use those tools in the future to better myself or the people around me as an employee. I am proud of where I work. Souci is not just a business or an organization, it's an outreach for people, and it got me. It brought me in. I wasn't in a very good place when I first started working here, and Brad is like my best friend now. He kept pushing me and telling me, you're not alone. And I'm just proud to be here. I'm proud of myself for not giving up. I would love to thank Cheryl Adams for being patient with me and pushing me, even though at first I was kind of shy in things. Brad Wilcock was great. He gave me the confidence to go for it. And I would love to thank Souci as an organization to take me in and carry the weight while I was gone. So, thank you.
I wanted to join SSBU to better myself and my family. One of the challenges that I've overcome is to be able to voice my opinions better. Previously, I found myself bashful, and now I feel like I can speak out more freely. I realized I was making progress by being able to open up to others more often and carry on conversations. I'm most excited to see myself grow. I'm currently working on art therapy practitioner, and I'm hoping to work with autistic kids. Something I really enjoyed during the SSBU program was going on the job shadows with dog grooming and the externship with dog training. If somebody asked me about the SSBU program, I would tell them to go for it, because you never know what you'll learn about yourself. I would like to thank the Souci's family for always encouraging me, my personal family for helping with my kids, and the facilitators for taking the time with us. And I would also like to thank the people who took me on for job shadows, like the dog grooming and dog training.
I wanted to join SSBU because I wanted to find out what I wanted to do in life. And at the time, I did not have any idea what I wanted to do. The challenges I've had to overcome even before SSBU was learning to communicate effectively with both employees and customers. A specific moment I realized I was making progress was when it became easier to speak with the customers that came up to my register. One thing I really enjoyed was getting the opportunity to be able to speak on the radio. I had fun speaking with Shannon on WKKG. It's not something I thought of getting into until Karen gave me the opportunity to visit the radio station and try it out. I had really fun at the radio station, and I'm glad that Shannon gave me the opportunity to speak behind the microphone. If someone were to ask me if they should go to SSBU, I'd say go ahead and go for it. I'm looking forward to going to Ivy Tech this summer, take a class, see if I'm comfortable going into classes. And if I feel comfortable, I would like to go into the visual communication program in the fall. I'd like to thank Karen for supporting me and guiding me through the program. And I'd like to thank the teachers who donated their time to help me grow.
I wanted to join the Souci Build You program because I had saw how other previous participants have gone through it and advanced in their life, and I felt like I was at a point in my life where I was kind of stagnant and needed to do something to create a future for myself. When I first started at Souci, I still had court hearings and I needed to get visitation of my son back. I still didn't have a car whenever I first started, so I needed to save up money and get a car. I had a lot of things to overcome, and I overcame all of them while being here, got into the program, and then continued to thrive and grow. So the most specific time or moment that made me realize I was actually starting to go somewhere was whenever I got enrolled to my EMT classes, and then definitely came to life and made me realize whenever I actually got into the class and went to class for the first day. What got me into the fire department, like that side of it, was that I was taking my EMT classes through the fire department, and I had a lot of friends that were already on the fire department, and talking to them and everything, I was just kind of like, you know what, maybe I should join the fire department. So I applied to join the fire department. They called me in for a board, like hearing type interview type of thing, and they ended up voting me onto the fire department. If it wasn't for the Souci Build You program, I wouldn't have had the self-drive and motivation to actually go and put in to go to my EMT class. Not just that, but I had a money barrier at the time, and Souci was more than fair and willing, and they paid for my class and then allowed me to pay them back, and I'm very grateful that they did that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get my spot secured into the class. So anyone that is considering going through the Souci Build You program, I would tell them that they definitely should, because the only thing that can come of it is a better future and a better career. So everyone I would like to thank for getting me where I'm at today is my family, Souci, the instructors that taught the SSBU class, and everyone that donated and volunteered their time to us. I would also like to thank the career professionals who have given me a chance, both on the fire and EMS side, and for everyone believing in me and realizing that I can have one of those stories that is from addiction to redemption.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Karen Duro, and I'm the program coordinator for Souci. Each day, I get to work alongside each of our employees and support them in their journey. Whether they are trying to build a good foundation in their life, or they are building a path for their future through the Souci Build You program. I was able to attend the class with our graduates, and I was able to see each graduate's personal growth. It has been amazing to see them find their path and work hard to achieve this milestone. Before I bring each of our graduates up here to present their certificates and share a little bit about their experience, I would like to say thank you to the workshop instructors and everyone who supported me supported our participants, and supports our program, the SSBU. Thank you so much. Destiny Watches, please come up here. Destiny joined Souci in March 2024 and currently works as one of our cashiers. She enrolled in the SSBU program to explore a career that reflects her artistic passions. Destiny is incredibly talented. She enjoys writing, voice acting, and drawing. After completing the SSBU program, she began taking classes at Ivy Tech in visual communications. Destiny, how has your confidence changed since you started the Souci BU program? Here's the microphone for you.
Thanks. I find it's a lot easier to speak to people now. Because before I wasn't able to really. Thank you. Yeah, before I wasn't able to speak at all or voice my opinions very well. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Congratulations, Destiny. It's my pleasure to present you with this certificate in recognition of completing the Souci BU program. Our next graduate is Kristen Woodcock Childers. Kristen also joined us in March 2024 and works in multiple areas from auctions to the cash register. Since joining the Souci BU program, Kristen has shown a strong passion for working with dogs. She had the opportunity to shadow a professional dog groomer and completed a 6-week Saturday dog training course to explore a future in the pet care industry. Kristen, can you describe a time when you used something you learned in real life?
I wouldn't want to describe a single moment when I was using something from SSBU, but rather what I have learned on a daily basis. You cannot control others around you, but you can use empathy to understand others and to also have integrity so you don't lose yourself during your journey in life.
Okay. Congratulations, Kristen. I would like to present you with this certificate for completing SSBU program.
Thank you.
Okay, our next graduate is Josh Alexander. Josh has been part of Souci team since October 2021 and currently serves as our Assistant Operations Supervisor. He is committed to growing within the organization and has been focused on strengthening his leadership skills. Josh, if you could go back and talk to yourself before you start this program, what would you say?
I would say if someone's truly trying to help you, get off your butt and stop thinking day to day and start living for the future, honestly. Because day to day is no way to live. You can survive, but it's no way to live. So that's exactly what I'd say.
You stay here. Josh would like to share a little bit more about his experience with Souci and Souci BU program.
Well, it's been almost 4 years, and they still let me come back. I don't know why, but I've just never met a group of people that work together that try to help each other. You can go any factory, you can do whatever you want in life, but if you're not surrounded by people that care about you, you're not going to feel the way you feel when you communicate with the people at Souci. It's hard to explain, but it's always there every day. You can count on it. If you need help, all you have to do is meet them halfway, and they will help you with anything, guaranteed. So.
About your HSE, tell them about that.
Oh, the HSE,
It's
yeah.
very important.
James, Nick, Kyle, you guys were professional, but you were so easy to understand and listen to. And you brought out things that, you know, sometimes it was hard to talk about myself or about other employees, but you guys made it easy. You guys are rock stars. Keep doing what you're doing. There's a foundation that you guys have built for me that I can take anywhere and apply it. And it's things that I never even thought I would need or care about, but it was 2 hours a week, and it changed a lot, the way I view things. So thank you guys. Keep doing what you're doing, honestly.
But you have one more, you graduated something else.
Oh, well, yeah, in the middle of that, Cheryl comes up to me and she talked me into trying to get my HSC, which I avoided that for about 2 years. So finally she grabbed me up and dragged me in there, and with my sister along, that is also an employee, Souci, on May 13th, the day before my birthday, I got my diploma. Thank you. It's just one of the many things that they help you with. I could go on and on, but trust me when I say there's love in that building. I mean, there's comfort. If you have a problem, there's many people you can go to. There's not just one person. It's not just that HR lady, who is amazing, by the way. But it's just a warm place to be. I can't say enough about it, honestly. And I thank each and every one of you for letting me come back every day, even though it can be a little bit of a struggle sometimes. But I love each and every one of you. Co-workers, you're rock stars. Everybody in that little building, we work every day, and every day is the same result. We leave that building with a smile on our face. So you can't ask for much more from such a small organization. So thank you.
Thank you, Josh, for sharing your experience. And I would like to hand you this certificate in recognition of complete SSBU program. Okay?
Thank you.
You stay here. Yes, stay here. Okay, you can go back. Sorry. Yep. Okay. Our next graduate was supposed to be Wyatt, but he probably had an emergency call. But I'm going to still read what I had prepared for him. So, Wyatt Smith joined Souci in January 2024 as a truck driver. After enrolling in the SSBU program, he became focused on one goal: becoming a firefighter. Through hard work and perseverance, he recently achieved a major milestone, joining CRH as an EMT. So that's the reason he's not here today, because he's on a mission. So I just want you guys give him a round of applause. And now I would like to invite all the graduates to the stage, please. Hold your certificate. So I'm proud to introduce Souci BU Class 2025. Please have a seat. Thank you. To encourage you and wish you well in your future, I'm going to invite Nick Hogan to the podium. Nick was one of our outstanding workshop instructors, and we are so thankful to have him supporting our team. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nick Hogan. Until very recently, I was a career coach at Ivy Tech, and that's where I did most of my work with these students. But as you can see, now I'm an entrepreneur, which means I am unemployed. Don't worry, I've found a job where all that's working out. But I found myself in a little bit of a transitional phase. And so I want to speak from that because these words have all encouraged me. And I've spoken to you enough, so I'm going to use some words from some other people that have been helpful to me over the last couple of weeks or months. So I'm going to use the words of the famous philosophers Dr. Seuss, Ted Lasso, punk band Jimmy Eat World, and the Night at the Museum movies. So, many of you have already encountered significant obstacles in your life. Make no mistake, there will be more. Even I, who am supposed to be your teacher, have had recent setbacks and have been laid off. But I was dealing with a lot of self-doubt, and it's easy to get your self-worth tied to your work or your goals. And those can diminish your self-worth when you run into obstacles. So, in these moments, I remember the words from the great punk band Jimmy Eat World. Hey, don't write yourself off yet. It's only in your head you feel left out or looked down on. Just try your best. Try everything you can, and don't you worry what they tell themselves when you're away. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be all right. So, for the tough times, for the obstacles, remember Jimmy Eat World. Do you have any Ted Lasso fans in the room? Those who know me well know that I can't get through one single thing without talking about Ted Lasso. I'm a big Ted Lasso fan. I've got some Ted Lasso socks on today. Excuse me. But I'm not going to go through my whole Ted Lasso spiel because that would take all day. But I have a couple of words of wisdom from Ted Lasso himself that I think are powerful, especially in times when you need a little encouragement. So he's really good at applying little quippy sayings to help you remember. So my favorite ones, first, be a goldfish. Goldfish have 10-second memories. If you're a biology professor, don't quote me on that. But that's a reminder to persevere, to put failures out of your mind quickly. Be curious, not judgmental, is another one of my favorites. Ask questions first, then make decisions. Another one of my favorite quotes from Ted Lasso is doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. Okay? Your personal integrity matters. And the most important one, believe. Believe in yourself, believe in your friends, believe in what you were put here to do, or believe in believe. So, now graduation ceremonies are exciting, but they can also bring levels of uncertainty. Where am I going? What am I going to do next? What does the future look like? As you can imagine, I've recently encountered questions like that myself. So, where do I go from here? Well, I was recently watching Night at the Museum, and one of the final scenes in the Night at the Museum movie is one of the final scenes that Robin Williams ever recorded on screen as Teddy Roosevelt. And Larry, the security guard played by Ben Stiller, says, "I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow." And Teddy Roosevelt responds, "How exciting." Because looking forward to the future, even though it's scary, is still exciting. There is so much possibility ahead of you. And finally, a recurring theme around graduations is, what do I do next? But I'm reminded of my favorite Dr. Seuss book. When I was a kid, my dad and I would read Oh, the Places You'll Go. And I remember those times fondly, and I drift back to that book in times of change or turmoil. This is not the first time that I've encountered obstacles in my life, okay? But anytime you're facing something like this, you're graduating, you're moving to a next phase of your life, there will be obstacles, there will be unknowns. But my favorite message from Dr. Seuss in times of uncertainty is that you are in control of your future. So, finally, the great philosopher Dr. Seuss, congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. So it's been a fantastic pleasure to get to know all of you, to participate in this program, to serve as an instructor for these wonderful students. And I'm really encouraged by the progress that I've seen, and I hope you will all join me in congratulating them. So thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for the encouraging words. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cheryl Adams. I am the Executive Director of Souci. I want to take a moment to personally thank each and every one of you for attending today. Your presence means more than you know, not just to us, but to each of our graduates. They are the heart of our mission, and supporting them, you are supporting the future of Souci and the greater Bartholomew County. You may have noticed on your chairs today our most recent annual report. It's more than just numbers and stories. It's a snapshot of what we can accomplish when we work together. Souci continues to grow each year, not only in services we provide, but in the impact that we make. The impact is made possible because of generous, dedicated individuals like you. I also want to take a moment to shine a light on some of our incredible community partners. The organizations you see highlighted on the screen have given their time, talent, and resources to help us carry out our mission. Whether through job shadowing, opportunities, workshop facilitation, financial contributions, or mentorship, their involvement has made a direct and lasting difference in the lives of our graduates. Each of our graduates today represents the collective power of their support. Real lives change through real partnerships. Let's take a moment to thank these partners. It truly takes an entire community to make real and lasting change. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. To the Souci Build You class of 2025, I want to issue my personal congratulations. You've embraced growth, faced challenges head on, and committed yourself to becoming the best version of who you are meant to be. We are incredibly proud of you, and we hope that you carry today with you as a reminder of what you're capable of. Please know that no matter where your path takes you next, you'll always have a community cheering you on. Before we close today, I'd like to invite you to continue celebrating with us through these doors right here. As you can see, there's some goodies out there. Take a treat, sign the graduates' yearbooks, and take a moment to personally wish them all well. And for those interested in learning more about the work Souci is doing, we welcome you to join myself and our board of directors for our annual meeting at 6 p.m. in room 119, which is right down that hallway. This meeting is open to the public, and we'd love to have you to be part of this. Thank you again for celebrating with us today. Let's give one more round of applause to our outstanding graduates. The future looks a lot brighter with them in it. Congratulations.